It's time for your statewide Alabama weathercast.
Good afternoon, I'm meteorologist Drew McCombs with the Alabama Weather Network. This is your statewide forecast update for this afternoon, and I've got the state continues to be socked in with clouds for the most part. However, you've got some sunshine starting to sneak into parts of Mobile County and up through Washington County and parts of Choctaw County as well. Baldwin County still mostly socked in as well, so you got a kind of a dichotomy between those two counties. But again, most of the state is very much in cloud cover at this point, and you see a few showers starting to come in to the northwestern corner. Good chance those may not be quite reaching the ground yet, but eventually we will see some shower activity getting into the northwestern corner of the state over the next couple hours as we get into the evening before we get this front starting to come through here. So looking at our Skycam network, Gulf Shores, you can actually see the boundary of those clouds there. So you get a little bit further to the west, and you can see the edge of the clouds that's over mostly Baldwin County right now, and then further to the west, there's full sunshine right now. It's 62 degrees there, so fairly cool day at the beach. Got a pretty good breeze, occasionally gusting up to around 23 miles per hour. And then Dauphin Island, there it is, further west, and you've got blue skies overhead at 66 degrees, so it's warmed up a little bit more with that sunshine there. And again, a little bit of a breeze coming out of the north-northeast there as well. As we continue to move towards the north into looking towards the bay again, we're kind of right there at that area where the clouds are the boundary of those clouds. So we're looking to the west out into the bay, and there's blue skies. If we were to turn that camera around, good chance we'd see those clouds back behind the camera. But at 68 degrees there, pretty comfortable on the bay. And then at Spanish Fort, once again, we're kind of seeing the edge of the clouds right there. Blue skies out from the distance, but it still looks like mostly clouds over Spanish Fort at this point. As we move further to the north, though, most of the rest of the state, again, still kind of socked in with this low cloud cover. It's 55 degrees in Abbeville, and because of that, it's still been another fairly cool day out there, sort of dreary day with this system still overhead with the upper level low, and also getting a little bit of a wedge coming with the surface winds coming out of the northeast. Also in the western side of the state in Tuscaloosa at the University of Alabama at 6 degrees there with low clouds hanging around in that part of the state as well. Mount Cheaha has been socked in with clouds at that 2,407 foot elevation all day long and been in the 40s all day long. So it's basically the temperature has hardly budged. It's been sticking around 47, 48 degrees. The dew point's at 48. And again, you're right there in the clouds and haven't been able to peek through that all day, at least any times I've checked. Bald Rock, however, was like that earlier this morning, but has since cleared out a little bit. It's 53 degrees there. Still got low clouds, but not quite as low as they were earlier. And then moving all the way up to Russellville again, clouds continue in that part of the state as well. It's 56 degrees there. So again, because of all the cloud cover, most of the state has been pretty cool today with highs only getting into the upper 50s in some spots and then low 60s in other spots. It's 57 in Alexander City right now and also in Anderson. It's got to 60 in Birmingham, 59 in Greenville. But as you move to the southwest where you can see that little bit of sunshine, it's now 70 in Chatham. It's 70 in Mobile. But again, Gulf Shores is 64 with the cloud cover mostly still in control there. So here's what we're watching for tonight and through the rest of this week. Rain arrives in the next few hours in the northwestern part of the state, and it'll be kind of moving through over the course of the overnight period. And there'll be periods of rain. There'll be kind of a morning round. Most of the rain will be in the northern part of the state. There'll be a more narrow band of showers in the southern part of the state. And then another round of showers will come kind of later on in the evening, mostly in the northern part of the state for tomorrow. After that, though, we start to dry out as we get into Thursday and Friday, and a frost is possible early Friday. We'll see fairly widespread temperatures in the 30s, it looks like, as far as the lows Friday morning. Here are the forecast lows for tonight. We'll expect to get down in the 40s in some spots, 49 in Anderson, 47 in Gadsden, 50s across most of the rest of the state, 51 in Thomasville, 53 in Monroeville, good, and could still get down to the 50s, even all the way down to Gulf Shores around 54 degrees. Highs for tomorrow, still going to be fairly cool. We're going to have rain coming through over the course of the day, so only expecting to get in the 50s, kind of the northern half of the state. 56 in Tuscaloosa, 55 in Coleman, and then a little bit more opportunity for some sunshine, a little bit less rain in the south, so we could get into the mid to upper 60s down in the southern part of the state. Here's a quick look at that Futurecast. So again, mostly cloud cover. You see the showers coming in tonight, entering into the northwestern part of the state in the next couple of hours, and pushing through over the course of the nighttime. Again, just fairly light showers moving through. As we get into tomorrow, the best chance of getting a heavier shower or two is going to be in the northern part of the state, where could pick up a half inch of rain in some spots, maybe a little bit more. But as you can see here, that band is narrower as you move further to the south. So it'll be a quicker hit in places in southern Alabama. So you're not going to get as much rain out of this as places in North Alabama. The other part of that is that this little wraparound shower activity as the upper level low moves in will mostly be in the northern part of the state as well. There won't be much of that down in South Alabama. And then after that, we start to turn the winds to the northwest. The clouds clear out as we get into later into Thursday and into Friday. And it's going to be a nice clear night, but cool night for trick-or-treating on Friday night. So that's looking good. At least never like to have rainfall happening on Halloween. So looking at your rainfall outlook for the next couple of days, again, northern part of the state could get a half inch, could get 3/4 of an inch in some spots. But as you move to the south, pretty quickly it tails off and you're only looking at maybe 1/4 of an inch, maybe 1/10 of an inch, trace amounts the further south you go. So definitely not going to be a huge rain maker, but again, we'll take whatever we can get with still having some drought here, obviously. Forecast temperatures, again, looking at what we might see Friday morning, showing a good bit of 30s out there. And even in places like Troy, Geneva, they could even get down into the 30s as well. Some of these areas up in the northeast could get a little bit lower than what we're showing here. Coleman's showing 35. Gadsden and some of those northeastern pockets of some of the valleys could certainly get a little bit cooler. And again, the frost possibility is looking more and more likely as we get into that time frame of Friday morning. Here's the look at the latest status of the fall foliage forecast. This is from Evan Fisher and explorefall.com. And again, this is not based on leaf stress. Some of the color you've seen probably in the last week or two has been based on the drought. But you can see here that the very northern sliver, but mainly, the Tennessee Valley within the moderate color, most of the state kind of showing low color at this point or little to no color further to the south. The forecast for next week, when we really start to get more into sort of our core fall foliage season on a typical year, looking like the northern part of the state may get a little bit more of that moderate color, a little bit of high color in the northeast corner, especially probably in the higher elevations, and then some of the moderate color starting to move a little bit, or low color moving a little bit further to the south. But again, any rain and the cool weather that comes through will help us a little bit further with that, but the drought we've been seeing may keep things kind of muted this year, but we'll hope for the best. Now looking at your 7-day forecast, North Alabama again for tomorrow, pretty high chance of those showers moving through, scattered showers moving through, a few heavy showers at times, a few lingering showers possible Thursday, but those will be in the northeastern corner of the state kind of early and then move out, and the rest of the day will be sunny. And then cool temperatures as we get into Friday and the weekend, again starting off in the 30s for a couple of mornings most likely. Cool looking weekend. Monday and Tuesday looking mostly dry at this point. Some of the models have been going back and forth on a little shower chance or two, but North Alabama especially is looking pretty dry at this point for early next week. For South Alabama, again, a little bit smaller rain chance tomorrow, but still most places will probably see some showers nearby or get a little bit of that, maybe a little bit more sunshine. And then again, heading towards the weekend, looking pretty nice, very fall-like, very crisp out there, highs in the 60s, lows down in the 40s. And Monday and Tuesday, we're showing dry at this point. Still, again, there's a little bit more of a chance for the very far southern tip of the state to get a shower or two Monday or Tuesday, but generally looking mostly dry. Well, that is your Alabama forecast. We appreciate you watching us here on the Alabama Weather Network.